They hating. They hating. Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 3, Episode 11. That cut, Megumi versus Reggie, garbage. Ruined the entire episode. Unsalvageable. And you have crazy fucking parasocial schizo stalkers that love to drag content creators' name for a little bit of Twitter impressions, for them to feel good about themselves in such a disingenuous way. Let's see what I said, because I feel like the people that actually watched my video understands where I'm coming from. We have a lot of different things that I'm going to show you today regarding the current state of affairs of JJK Online. First, we're going to start off with the blind fucking haters who just have such a weird obsession with us. I want to clear my name up first and explain to you why this guy's a retard. Bro, call that pink Sakuga! 30-second clip off of a 2-hour video. What did I say? Let's hear it. Yeah. I was waiting for a place to just stop because this is fucking too much. Yeah. Like, not only is this cut so fucking visually stimulating, the fucking dialogue, again, RDC World skit, it's not even a meme. Tengen-sama. They are just gangbanging you. JJK overloads you with like stimulation. Yeah. Shit's already hard to follow because of the peak Sakuga, and then you have fucking the characters talking, and then you have Tengen-sama doing a podcast behind the scenes. What part of this is blind glaze? What? That it's hard to follow? That the animation itself, the raw cut, is actually very like experimental and interesting and unique? Yet the compositing and the way that it's presented beyond that for the final product is hard to understand? This is the level of delusion that you have online. And thank God we have actual people, actual Sakuga enthusiasts that know what they're talking about. Like, this is what people understand, right? Like, and then you're gonna have dumbasses like this, for whatever fucking reason. Did you even watch the video? Did you even watch the 30-second clip? I said it's messy. It's actually crazy. Nobody does due diligence. Nobody cares. They look at the headline and they just say that. There's a 2-hour fucking video where I go in depth and explore the nuances of why Keiichiro Watanabe would want to do this type of cut, and explain that maybe the whole point was that within Shadow Chimera Garden, it's supposed to be believably just out of order, disorderly, just discombobulated, up, down, left, right. You don't know what's going on. Maybe that was the goal of the intent, but for me, I couldn't follow. That's what I fucking said. You think retards like this give a fuck? No. Look at this shit. This is another retard that literally goes on to shit on other content creators. Why? Because they hate Nicholas Light. I love how this dude won't even write his name like that. Nico Ass TV. What do? What the fuck do you do with your life? Clipping a 2-hour video where I say Kiro, again, Watanabe's experimental weightless Sakuga, is hard to track in this cut into a couple of seconds to frame me as a blind glazer is crazy. The crazier part is how this retard is a Nicholas Light hater that found my channel recently also to drag Twitter impressions. They hate you, but they actively watch your content, more dedicated than actual fans. So creepy. Mao Mao being the profile picture pisses me off. They're setting up apothecary diaries like that. The moment they get pulled up to a stream though in a video, when they get exposed, their tune changes real quick. Remember the other fucking Shadow Slave profile retard? How eager they were. The moment they get called out, they're like, oh my god, mom, I'm on TV. It's so weird. They have no self-respect. All they do is rage bait for a crumb of attention to show up on a fucking YouTube channel. Like, how miserable could your life fucking be? Personally, I think this type of experimental cut though should be used during situations like Saitama versus Garo, the serious table flip. Real ones understand what I'm talking about, right? The sheer chaos of not knowing up, down, left, right. I think it would excel there. Now, here's some other stuff too. Again, literally so obsessive. Nicholas Light literally going on to say this shit is so fucking hard to follow. Tengen-sama's narration. The animation itself is big. You don't even understand what the term animation is in this context. Animation does not mean the fucking final product after the fucking dog shit comp that ruined it. What are you talking about? Delusional, bro. Look at this shit. And then they talk about this. Reaction channels are mostly money laundering. Half the channels are glazing and the rest are silent. No one keeping it real. Did you even watch? Because the people that actually watch my video, the people that's actually my community, my audience, that actually enjoys this shit, 14 hours ago, 14K views, 1 hour fucking analysis of what's going on, I think they understand that I'm actually calling this shit out. They are so disingenuous. Never be gaslit by them. Their entire existence are just a waste of fucking breath. You look at their fucking profile, what do? I guarantee you, it's just, again, another stupid kid. Let's look at this. What are you about, bro? Look at the profile, bro. Every single time. I gotta fucking do this. God damn it. Was grinding for getting a nice college. Broken fucking English. Let me check. You're gonna be based in India? You're gonna be based in South Asia? What do you know? Does that mean all Indians are bad? Does that mean all South Asians are bad? No. But there is an overwhelming amount of fucking bias towards these fucks from this specific region that goes on to rage bait within the Sakuga part, hating on content creators. Mama would slap the shit out of you, pussy. It's a depressed loser teenager that just wishes their lives could be ours. Actual content creators to go out and make viewership and careers out of this medium that we love. And what do? 352 fucking followers, just glazing, just fucking shitting on CCs. And I love to give them the attention their parents never gave them. Please, never fucking mention me again. Get the fuck out of my face. It's so fucking cringe. You bring such a bad name to anyone involved in this fucking thing. Now, let's look at the actual objective criticism, right? Beyond the initial haters, which will never disappear. And again, like, these dudes, all it does, it just emboldens my community. I literally get to just make more money off of your delusion and call you a retard. What does real people think about this? This looks so good. Again, this is the fight versus Reggie. Again, this is a specific part of the fight where a lot of people have a hard time trying to figure out what is going on. This is the quote-unquote weightless Sakuga, right? Where everything is just flowing. It's like a piece of paper in space just floating around as it's getting tossed around. And I think that there are moments where this type of animation excels. And perhaps, again, Shadow Chimera Garden, it's supposed to be so omnipotent direction. You don't know what's going on inside. It's supposed to be dark. Very difficult, though. Extremely difficult to follow, right? And a lot of people, not a fan of the cut. Some people, they hate it. Reggie came out looking like a Beyblade. Yeah, some parts, absolutely, he is spinning. And if you look at the actual manga source material of the fight, it is not like that at all, right? Like, what am I looking at? Listen. I understand, right? You can't just pause in the middle of Sakuga like this and try to point out an in-between frame and say it's fucking bad, right? That's what people did during the Naruto versus Pain fight to say that this is bad animation. No. This is free form. This is a different type of animation. You will never see this type of animation in Demon Slayer, right? And that's why a lot of people will take stuff like this and shit on it. They will set up Mappa and Ufotable and say, nah, this thing fucking sucks. I think there is a time and place for stuff like this. It's just that I think that what's it called? 1 second. My overall assumption of this cut is, do people really care that much about Reggie versus Megumi? I don't think it's that crazy of a fight in the grand scheme of the story. And I think that this key animator, Watanabe, took an opportunity to really test out some new things. You know? It's like his playground. And it wasn't as if the entire fight was just him doing this. It was a fraction, right, of the entire fight. The other places were great. They were consistent. The art style actually had focus in the structure and we could follow coherently. It's just that this part was so debilitating that people were dooming. This shit got leaked early on. Of course it always does, right? And people were trying to convince you that the episode is fucking ass. There are such, like, insane, pretentious, elitist gatekeepers within this, like, animation community that will try to convince you that the episode was fucking bad. And it's wild. I think probably Pretentious here had a pretty good point. I'd like to hear again all sides, right? So if one side thinks it's amazing, what about the others? Since everyone has already talked about this scene, let me give my 2 cents. I think it's very solid animation-wise. Again, this fucking retard doesn't even know what animation means. It's actually fucking crazy. It's so embarrassing. You don't even know what the fuck animation is here. It's crazy, bro. Not Watanabe's best, but most definitely not his worst either. Lots of exaggerated, intentionally flowy, weightless movement. Again, it's not like a jellyfish either, because a jellyfish would snap like that, right? But imagine kind of like a jellyfish in water, free form, being dragged around, right? The stuff he's known for, basically. Despite that, I don't think the sequence looks particularly good, and that mainly a conceptual directorial issue. First off, when you juxtapose Watanabe's weightless animation with an inherently impact-heavy concept like the close quarters combat, you get this weird dichotomy that only works when at least some component of the screen visually emphasizes the change in space that accompany those signature quick cuts and jump between wide shots and close-up, and this is usually done by the background. His work of God of High School being a good example. We have a pretty decent example here too. I think Shinji wanted to kind of hype up Watanabe saying, this guy isn't bad. There's a lot of good cuts happening. Where is Shinji's one? This one right over here, right? So this is a God of High School cut. Kiro, again, his alias that he goes up by. This part is fucking crazy. It's honestly great. It's more, what's it called? You can see it's still very loose, but it's not as loose as what happened before in JJK. And you can follow it. The choreography, the background lighting, right? It's way more, what's the word? Easy on the eyes. Everyone can track it. I think the dark lighting here really does not help it do that, right? So a lot of the criticism right here, I think, are valid. Doesn't mean that the episode is bad. It's just hyper animation nerds just trying to give you their take on why the episode was received the way it was, right? There's a lot of people that came in here. I don't give a fuck if I don't understand something about it. There was some very interesting, where was it? You know what? Let's go try to find it. I found a really funny drama thread with probably pretentious involved. Where is it? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. He was getting in some heated shit. Oh, no, it's not this one. It's not this one. I swear to God, I liked it. Where is it? Where is it? Maybe you have to go through his profile, actually. I don't think he posts NSFW content, so it should be fine. There was a part where he said this post went, beyond my reach. Where is this? Did he delete it? Post is left to target audience. There it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, this is a separate thing, though. This is a totally separate thing. So this has nothing to do with Watanabe's cut. It has to do with maybe don't go a 14-second slow motion shot when things are tight behind the schedule. So this is Yuta just one-shotting, Drew and Tengen-sama just fucking podcast narrating, right? This thread was pretty funny. How does one find an issue with this? Y'all are so miserable. So this is coming from, again, a casual audience that enjoys JJK. Nothing wrong with that. But the interactions between the most hardcore Sakuga enthusiasts and the casuals are sometimes fun to watch. I appreciate casual fans defending their show. Animation nerds like us tend to overreact and blow things out of proportion, and your heart is in the right place. But dear God, do consider shutting the fuck up when you clearly don't know anything about the subject. He claps back. Thank you, Apollo, for the 20 months. Bro, clap the fuck back. Only people like you can make such a hype moment seem miserable. Please brighten up. Careful, I graduated from Red University. And yeah, he's getting cooked in here. He's getting cooked in here by the casuals. I think a lot of people took his statement the wrong way, though. They think that he's being very pompous and arrogant here. And the last part does, but doesn't the first bit acknowledge that it's a self-deprecating awareness that we are animation nerds and we're overreacting. We are nitpicking. He acknowledges that, right? But then after he says, shut the fuck up if you're not a subject matter expert. So a little bit of both, and a lot of people are saying, oh, you're having a Reddit moment. Anyways, I thought that was a fun thread to check out. Always appreciate other people's perspectives. I think he has a valid point, though. Let's look at some of the other stuff, too. Beyond that, it's like this. There's some really funny moments happening. Am I the only one that cared about Reggie's death? I cried for that shit. I watched the episode again last night multiple times. Bro, this shit was Chainsaw Man Reze movie. They calling this a Mappa-made swimming pool scene with beautiful piano OST in the background. Play it. Wait. It's the same, bro. Everybody is memeing about how Reggie died at the swimming pool. And they're like, yo, it's Chainsaw Man. It's so beautiful. It's so fucking beautiful, bro. This was my favorite part of the episode. In terms of action sequences, I'm going to show you a different part that I really enjoyed. But in terms of the overall episode itself, there's a lot of entertaining moments. I love the way that Tengen-sama wrapped up the episode by hyping up the 4 pillars of a Sendai colony, right? They had a cockroach, bro! Kenzaku has a cockroach! But this right here, right? Reggie showing up like this. Oh my fucking god. Dude, this is a Rezi. I love the community memes. And like, dude, look at this shit. Reggie and Pareto, this account, dude, they're so funny. They have Reggie in the pool looking like Rezi, and they have fucking Megumi looking like Denji, bro. I love the crossover. It is straight up that shit, bro. This is my favorite part of the cut. Shout outs to Gloomy. Yeah. So this is Julian Bentley. This is the hype hand-to-hand martial arts happening. Close quarter combat. I love the fisheye lens, constant change in angles and directions to show all possible perspectives of the fight. The hits and the impact were strong. It was so fluid. The choreographers were great. And then Divine Dog shanks him at the end. Whap! Done. I thought this part was so explosive, so nice. This is coherent. It was nice. Probably my favorite action cut of the episode. Again, Julian Bentley, again, getting glazed, key animator that worked on this scene. Man, that part where Dean Dog fucking just chomped him. Fucking vicious. Dude just pulled a whomp. There's some other fun stuff too. So, there are accounts that hyper fixate on certain characters, and I love that. Like how I fixate on Ichichi from JJK. Anyone remember who Ichichi is? This account loves Sumiki. I will miss the manga version, seeing Remy in totality's jaws and the way it looms over her, plus the intensity of its eyes, so fucking peak. And then Sumiki, bro, the page is so great. Look at this. This is how it was done, right? The dog looking so intimidating. The eyes crazy, feral. The jaws opening up, and the cameraman within the jaws looking at Remy. And then Sumika says, "No, Megumi." Chills. This is so much better than what happened in the anime. Because in the anime, they didn't show Sumiki like that. They had a wide shot that just showed the dog, Megumi, and then Remy in the middle with the shadows. I wish they did it like this. They did Sumiki dirty, bro. The shot is sick, though. It is sick. It's just that when I see the manga, man, now I'm being the one-to-one loyalist, complainer now, huh? So Mappa wants to kill myself. Listen, if my favorite character, and there was such an iconic panel, and it didn't do that, fuck. Because here's the thing. A lot of the people that cried about this shit for Toji, remember? What kind of look is he gonna have on his face? People were complaining and dooming in that Naoya, episode, right? But at the very least, they had their own different interpretation of Toji there. They showed Toji in different angles and different art style. It wasn't one-to-one, but they showed him. They didn't even do it for Tsumiki! This is not the same kind of comparison and hate being made. If you think that this is equivalent, you're delusional. They didn't even show her. My heart goes out to the Tsumiki fandom. Both sides over-exaggerate the episode. Wasn't as good, nor was it bad, lol. This is why you should watch the episode for yourself and judge it by yourself. Exactly, bro. The moment that leaks come out and people start to give their fucking pretentious armchair take about this specific cut and then label the entire episode bad, nah. Now you're gonna think like, oh, they must know something, and now I have to think like them, or I don't know anything. Dude. You don't have to be a fucking Michelin star chef to understand that if food is good or bad. Just watch it for yourself and explain it. It's that simple. Last week was definitely better. Risa Suzuki direction is just not that good, but the OST was phenomenal and some of the best. Yes, the soundtrack was phenomenal. I personally love this episode more than last week because of certain key moments. Of course, Reggie's death, the classical music playing, or even moments like this. Here's some of my favorite moments too. God, I fucking love these moments, bro. For example, this part, I feel bad. Dude, Max Element gets dropped on top backwards, and he's struggling to get up. There's something funny and sad about that. This part, such a simple line. My shadow's above us too. Bro, the soundtrack and everything building up to that scene, actual chills. Aura moment, unironically. It was done so well. Reggie's death, god fucking damn. Again, a character that just showed up that I know nothing about, yet was so impactful in the way that we went out. It was honorable. Bro gave him all the points at the end. Why? Because he says that at the end of the day, right? He's not really friends with Kenjaku, and he's just a spectator. Now, there's something interesting being said here about spectator, right? After he dies, it sounds like they are watching the Cullen games from heaven in a way. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm interpreting the scene wrong, but I would love to know that all the people, all these incarnation sorcerers that dies, basically are, it's like a game of dodgeball. You're out, you go sit on the side, you're watching the game though. And Reggie even highlights, he even foreshadows Megumi's outcome. Look. This part. Let fate toy with you a bit and die a fool. Anyone that's been locked into JJK, I think, understands what's gonna happen. Sukuna, in chain, he wants Megumi. He wants Megumi's skills. The 10 shadows, shadow being the base, it's fucking crazy. Let fate toy with you a bit and die a fool. Do you think this is actually calling out the events that's gonna happen to Megumi? I personally think so. Such a cool moment, such an amazing moment. Reggie, dude, they love this character. I'm so glad that they directed this episode like this. The soundtrack again, fucking beautiful, gorgeous. You know what's funny about this scene though? You know what's funny about this scene? Is the fact that this dude, again, look at the part where he's dying. And look at this. When they fight, after it, where does the body drop? Look at this. He's in the fucking middle of the hallway. So, this is what I'm saying. After he gets cleaved and he's dying, who dragged him to the side of the pool over there? Do you think he crawled? Or do you think that Reggie said, yo, Megumi, drop me by the poolside. We gotta reenact Chainsaw Man Reze movie right now. Drag me. That's my headcanon. He's like, yup, I'm going out in style. Drag my body to the edge of the pool. Let me fucking bleed out. Let my hair be represented in such an elegant way. Beautiful. Amazing, bro. Let's see some of the other parts too. Takaba, crazy character, right? Terrifying power. Genuinely terrifying. But again, like his reality bending. Thank God someone like him has the power. Imagine someone with dark humor having it. Crazy shit. Great scenes again, just meme scenes here and there. Cockroach being fucking glazed up at the end is so hype. A lot of people are hyping up the cockroach and Yuta fight. Because if you look at this, oh, also this tweet is going crazy. If you look at the Yuta stuff in the opening, I thought that this is Rika and Yuta kissing. Because Rika kind of looks like kind of a roach in a way. No. No. It's Kurouruchi, bro. It's this dude. In the opening, there's new frames added. Ryu is added, Uro is added, Kurouruchi is added, right? They replaced the Zenin characters in the opening. Look how menacing this fucking cockroach has, and there's a lot of hype around this character. I'm so excited to see if he can actually deliver hype against Yuta. This went crazy. This one actually fucking crazy though, right? Strongest cursed energy output. Including Sukuna though? Including Sukuna? I don't know. A lot of people are saying that Sukuna is not a player. But like, yeah, he is a fucking player. Like, it's actually crazy how people are trying to gaslight me in the episode where Hakari and them are all planning. And don't they acknowledge that Sukuna literally is a player? Regardless, this guy, apparently, he is him. Bro's maximum cursed energy output. Again, it doesn't mean you're the strongest. But in terms of like a one punch, this is a one punch man here. It's so fucking hype how it's being compared. Obviously, there's a binding bow aspect to Rika's beam, right? But imagine if he could also have a binding bow beam, something like that. Crazy shit. Some of my favorite moments in the episode, and that's why I love this episode so much. Now, to conclude the video, a little bit of fucking glaze at the end. So, next week, as we finish off Sendai Colony, unfortunately, it is not an hour-long episode like Oshinoko. Oshinoko mogged you. It's 27 minutes. It's still pretty long. They're hyping up a certain person coming in. And his name is Miso. This is Jogo versus Sukuna during Shibuya incident. Some of the coolest cuts. One of the coolest cuts here, right? God, I love this scene. This key animator is coming in to clutch up on the end of Sendai Colony. Looking like we're gonna have an amazing fucking episode. And that's it from me. See you later.